Got it. All right. Sick. That's good. That's good. That is good. There we go. Let's pop that out. Okay. Yeah, I think that's where we are. Good to know. Let's hit 3 there, and we'll be back in a second or two. See how this goes. See if anybody shows up. Handful of people, maybe. We'll see. This is not Victoria. This is Europa. I feel like this TikTok situation never does exactly what I want it to do, but I think it's also because we're using a third party, so it's kind of mad always, you know. It's always just a little bit mad at us for our habits and activities. What was I wearing yesterday when we streamed? That's the question on Kevin's mind right now. I have a feeling it was similar, if not the same. Let me look. No, I was wearing something red. I was wearing my red button up. Half button. Whatever it's called. Right? Right, Kevin? Yeah, that's what I was wearing. Cool. Okay. Let's see how this is gonna go. We'll see how we're feeling. I'm feeling frisky. We're feeling alive. Let's see how this goes. I own no property. Help, please. I feel lonely. Well, you know, we all feel a little bit lonely right now. JM, welcome. How you doing? How's your football management going? Hopefully the t-shirt sales are going correctly. It's literally the only thing I know about that game, to be honest. Every single time I'm just like, what's up with this game? What's the bee's knees? What are we doing? We are playing as I guess we don't technically. Can we start in any start date for this? Yeah, I guess we don't want the Byzantine or the French to have any more powers. What are we doing? We're playing EU4. I'm trying to continue that a run to try and get ourselves some more achievements in it. It's a game I've had forever, and I just haven't had all the achievements done. And one of the ones I think is possible that we can easily do without much suffering, much more suffering, I guess. Is try to start as Scotland, start as lovely Scots, and try to vassalize the French. I don't know if you start off in a different like if we started out in 1444, do we still get achievements? The game says yes. Having England being this is or not 1444. Duh, this is 1444. I was wondering if you started off in a different era or something like that. There's a point at which I wonder why I play this type of game after a day job. My player is one appearance away from a pay increase, which will affect the financial restrictions. I mean, it just sounds like you want to have more control over your life when it comes to random games like that. Okay. Starting in 1444, of course, it's a double ad situation here, but we'll see how this goes. Maybe one day we'll play better with vertical format. Or we're gonna play Scotland. We'll see how this run goes. Let us transition over so you're not just staring at my lovely face. Lovely face. Okay, so yesterday we got really unlucky. A series of unfortunate events happened where the Burgundian inheritance didn't go our way, and then so much so that the French got it, but then instantly inherited it. So much like I'm shook. Which made France look like this. Can I show you the photo? Let's go to our window capture and then properties. Watch. Can I go to Discord and see if it shows Discord? Probably not. Capture device. No, that's not even the one looking at this. Window. Not Sammy. Discord. Okay. Literally, we got super unlucky. France inherited all of Burgundy by 1476. It was a shit show. So I had said we'll come again tomorrow and try it again and see if the process works this time. Hopefully it does. We'll see. Let's make sure achievements are enabled. I think they are. So welcome, people. It's going to be a handful of people in here. I would imagine we're going to have a huge crowd, but you know, for those who are here, I appreciate you with all your situations. Okay, so the thing is, we start out as King James the second of the Stuart family, famously a winning squad, if I do say so myself. Our first order of business is to ally ourselves with the French so that we can start going down our mission tree. Yesterday, what we did was always capture these first couple Irish vassals and force them into being marches so that we can then use them to, one, up our force limit, and then two, give the AI something to chase around the map, and then three, just be a time suck for other people to go fight that. So hopefully this is going to go better than that did. We can go down here. We can go like this. I think what we'll do this time, what we haven't done in the past, is just not even mess with our fleet, because we get in such an economic state that our fleet is just ass. So we can't do jack about it. But as usual, the first things we gotta do is the fucking estates. I wish there was like a preset where I could just type in a code and it would do all the estates I want, so that I could just get that out of the way. We'll do this one, and then we'll do this one. I think that's it, except for we want this as well. As for this, if you've not played Europa and you don't understand what I'm saying, at any point, just ask a question. I might be able to give you the answer. We've recently crossed the 1,500 hours threshold, so I'm pretty knowledgeable. Mind you, I think only 200 of those have been in the last 2 years. So I once was a much better player of this game, but have slowly gotten my sea legs back. Let's do this one as well, so all of our shit is cheaper. We'll do this. My one gripe about EU4, there are many gripes, but one of the major gripes for me is that you can't move around the map as easily, so you have to do the center mouse click to move instead of a WASD, or you could do, I guess you could do the arrow keys, but that just feels unnatural to me. Tell me you're an elder millennial without telling me you're an elder millennial, something like that. Okay, let's grab this, and then we're gonna summon. Why do we have so much? That doesn't seem right. Oh, yeah. Okay, maybe it is right. We're gonna summon a diet, see what our options are. Number of allies, at least 2, and we get a diplomatic reputation +1, or we can use some of our stuff to get development to increase. I think we do that one. That one seems more applicable, especially because I don't really give a shit about Diplo, and it does increase our cash flow. As for our debates, we have the option of getting more Diplo, which for 10 years, getting more Diplo cost reduction is actually huge. I would say might be the move. Let's see what our other options are. More administrative costs, cheaper cost. We're gonna have to spawn the Renaissance. So I think that's probably smart to do. When does the Renaissance spawn again? Remind me, chat. In 6 years. So might be smart to do that. But we do take tech before that. I think this one makes more sense because tech being 5%, what does 5% look like in this game? Not that much. I think 10% looks better, especially if we're going to do multiple clicks of dev pushing. So we'll do this one, and then we'll give them 1 legitimacy for that. And then we get our shit right back up so that we can do this. Boom. Wow, kicking ass, taking names. You love to see it. So the French want to improve with them. The Castilians don't love us. The Argonians might love us, but they hate the French. Who hates the English? We've got the Danes, we've got the French, we've got the Aragonese, and we've got the Burgundians. The Burgundians say yes to an alliance. God damn, the French are hated by literally this is the worst pie chart of people to be hated by. How about we improve with the Castilians in the hope that they will eventually say yes to an alliance? I don't think the French hate them. They just think them as enemies. What is the statement between enemies? Enemies are countries that view this country as a rival. Okay, so they have yet to click that button. So it could go either way. But France has to be our first and foremost ally because we need them for life, liberty, and the pursuit of English destruction. So I think that's all the things we need to do before we unpause. We've done the estates. We could, I guess, get a couple of our dudes. National unrest or inflation. I think inflation is better. Spy network. We don't really do spy network at the beginning because all of our claims come for free. And then land maintenance would be nice. And then we can do our general, which is a 2-5. Not the worst. I wish we had a siege pip or two, but that's okay. We're going to get some cash there. Does it sound like I know what I'm talking about, chat? Feels like I know what I'm talking about half the time. We're back to our estates. I want to get a free general, so let's go this way, and then we have to give them some other concessions. Maybe this one. Should allow us to do this. Now they're a little peeved at us, but we got a 1, 2, 3, 1. Not the worst. Not the worst either. So we got our cash, a little bit more cash back. That's good. We're going to move our troops here. We're going to have these guys in this area. We don't need to improve with our vassal. We'll wait until the next year or the next month. We're hoping that Ulster and any of these guys don't... Oh, fuck. Ulster already has an ally. Who are you friends with? The English, of course. Fuck me. Scotland forever! Super Mudman. Thank you for your follow. Fuck, dude, I hate when they do this. Why do they do this to me? Well, at least we can get these couple. Still, once we take this decision, the Ulster getting this isn't the worst. It's not the end of the world. I don't need control of the end of the strait. It just makes it harder. Not a reason to reset. Also, chat, we will be resetting at any point I feel like doing it. Been banging my head against the wall for like a month trying to get Luck of the Irish. Interesting. Which one's Luck of the Irish where you just kick Ireland owns all of the British Isles? Is that the one that I can remember? I guess I can just look at the screen I have open over here. Yes. Yeah, well, hopefully we can give you some ideas today. I don't think I'm gonna give you better ideas to better make it happen, but as Scotland, it's actually kind of easy to dethrone the British. Not easy, but it is. There are easier times. And of course, we don't have our thing yet, so we need to come back from there. They revoked it. That's fine. Okay. So they don't have an ally, and they do have an ally. So we're going to go after these guys, try to get them on side. And then we're going to ask politely for access through these guys. The French are our friends. Let's see if we can get a royal marriage. Every time I get a good run going, England takes an easy way out without surrendering our Maine, which makes it 10 times harder. Yeah, because then they start focusing in on the Isle. Yeah, I can see that being more difficult than it should be. That's for military access. We're gonna go and get these guys pumping. They also don't lose meth. I love the fact that this county is called Meth, the Pale or whatever. The Austrians allied them? Well, that's not great. Okay, well, we're gonna keep cooking. I have a feeling we're probably gonna have to reset this one, but Austria joining the English is such a raw deal sometimes. The Castilians say they are really not interested in our friendship because now they hate each other. What about you? Lithuania, England. Does the English not hate the French? Wow, they don't. What the fuck's going on? This is a weird one already. Let's just improve with both of these guys and then we can see. Okay, we're gonna go in here. We're gonna try to rock their shit. Hopefully surrender of Maine doesn't actually happen for us. That would actually be worse. Because if surrender of Maine does happen, then we have to go fight the British at a time we're not ready to fight the British. Let's go like that. And let's go like that. England usually starts with Scotland, Denmark, and is a role for France. Yeah. Interesting. What is this? Let's do a royal marriage. We have a 625 queen consort. That's great for us. Damn. That's all I could say is damn. We could start sieging this if we really wanted to, which I think we should. Guess we gotta walk back home and then start that process again. Maybe Mr. Stewart doesn't die. That would be great. Let's turn off this fort because there's no way they're getting there. And then we go in there and crash their house. Boom. All right. Easy peasy. Nothing too difficult there. Let's get these guys and let's take one more and have them sit. Well, I guess we have them sit over here as they wait to siege that down. We've been warned by the English not do what we're doing. Forgot the ping, Kevin? I mean, only the real ones will show up, rat. I'm not trying to ping everybody at this hour. I know it's not an ideal time. Looks like now we have access. Okay. So the goal is to vassalize the French. But the thing is, it's like a multi-stage plan. There's going to be like several wars. We have to get the English dealt in. They have decided to ally Austria, which isn't inherently a bad or terrible thing, because there's a possibility we could get in a war where the Austrians will somehow finagle out of their way, especially because this is kind of a distance war. Maybe could be considered a distant war. I don't know how the distance war mechanics work in the game, but can I get a like test? Are people chatting in TikTok and I'm not able to see it, or am I just losing my mind? Because that could also be it. Test. Can I get a check from Twitch or TikTok, because it's like not showing up in the chat thing. Let me close this window out and see if it shows up again. Austria would say yes to a war though. Yeah, but what happens? I'm the one who's decking it. Sneaky streams. Yes, we always like a good sneaky stream. TikTok, if you're saying anything, I cannot see it. I think the system is bugged for whatever reason. Let's see if I go on here, if it changes. Usually it like updates all the information. That would be so silly. If you're belligerent, they may still say yes. Yeah, well, we'll get to that. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I need my ally to hook up with me, so let's ask them politely to do that. Hook up with me, please. And this is the one you want to hook up with. Are you attached to us? Yes, you are. Good. What a good little vassal you are. Okay. Do we need this many horses? Probably not, but now we are sieging down all these little guys. Yeah. I don't know why the chat isn't coming through. That's unsettling. Let me see if I could do it this way. It is coming through. Okay. It's just for some reason the system that I use is not letting it come through because okay. All right, now it is coming through. Okay. Sorry guys. This game is called Europa Universalis 4. War, so England will be useless just to have not to be killed by rebels. I mean, the hard thing about the English early on is that they just have a lot more troops than I would love them to have. We got, let's call him, is it a her or a him? Or is it a they? Who are they? Let's call them Rat. Thank you for your continued support, Mr. Rat. You're 351? Not the worst. Yeah, they also do have a lot of cash. Whereas we are financially gonna reset. I don't think we can afford to take this on. We get stomped. We get stomped in this war. Easy as pie, we get stomped. Because they're at 27 troops and we only have 14. And most of them are already done in. I was really hoping that Surrender of Maine wouldn't happen this way. So that's a reset. Oh, my face is big. You love a good big face, Kevin. But France does, so you have to hope that France wins faster than you lose. I mean, really what we want is France to only declare war or fight in wars that I dictate they fight in. That's pretty much what we want to have happen. If not, we're going to have this situation again where France gets super big because they get the Burgundian inheritance through a war deck. And it's just sad because look at that. Look at that beautiful Scotland. Scotland's like 2 steps away from destroying England. But unfortunately in this situation, Castile is our enemy and our only ally is Austria. And then France turns on us because we own some land that they want. So they're just dicks. You usually don't ally France early, eat Ireland, and then clean up England after the France fuck them. The thing is, we want France. I want France. I need to vassalize France. So having them kind of some power over them by bleeding them through little wars, like keeping them a little bit more in check, is a good way of having France die. So, you know, is this gonna work? You know, that's why we're playing. We play to see what happens. And like I said, I hate doing this part over and over again, but this is what we gotta do. Bada bing. Da bada boom. This one. And then this one. And then where's the cheaper dudes? The thing is, the imagery, they should use the same images across the 3 different ones when it comes to like the same idea. Like advisor cost. Why is this not the same as the chair? Why isn't it the chair? Why no chair? Generalship. These. Not that one. We want the advisor one. That's too expensive. Oh, it was that. How many hours do you have? 1,500. 1,500 hours. But a lot of those hours, like I said, came at a time when this game first came out. So back in 2013. So it's been a minute since I've really, when I really got back into this was when I was playing a mega campaign last year, because I needed to brush up on my ability to see if I can actually win this. Let's get this and then put a salve on it by doing that, and then see what our options are. Papal State loves us, number of allies. In Scotland, 30% of them more trade. I don't think that one's worth it. I think this one might be worth it. Because Diplo reputation's always nice. Let's go here, improve. Let's see what Scotland does. Aragon doesn't like them. Steel is a firm fuck you. But the Burgundians, surprise, surprise, Burgundians aren't totally fuck you energy, which I feel like that doesn't happen as often as I would like it to, you know? So we're gonna get the French alliance and then we'll go and get this alliance. Because the French is important for our rest of our things we want to be doing. It looks like development cost. We could do that one again, or where's the stability one? I want the stability one because it has manpower recovery and monthly war exhaustion is always nice. Because then we can start building up our prosperity forever, whatever that's worth. We have 49 ducats to duck around with. We're gonna have our vassal do this, and the vassals do that, and a vassal who does this. Morale of armies is nice. Did we take our general? We did not take our general yet. There's our general. What is our general? 2-2-2-2. I wish there was another 2 and this guy would be solid, but looks like Mr. Stewart stays in power for now. Okay, I mean, we could just hold off and just get the alliance once, get the double alliance right away. And then we could speed up. We don't take rivals until, because we're concerned that these guys are going to take allies. If he takes the English, okay, he didn't. They took the English though, and they have no allies. Ulster is not as bad because we can take Ulster and then we can take Munster. They actually have a fort too, so that would make it harder for the AI to siege a town. What can you play this on? It's only a PC game, unfortunately, which I know a lot of you guys play a lot of different console and stuff like that, but at this, I say this with not a lot of hesitation, but y'all should just hurry up and buy a console or buy a PC. They don't love that, but maybe we can get a royal marriage. Probably not. We probably should have been improving. We take this, we get our decision. We come back from here. Ulster still has the one ally. You have no allies. Let's just roll Ulster once we have a diplomat descend. All right, roll that diplo. Unfortunately for us, we're gonna have to use our navy. I hate using our navy. Maybe they'll just run away. They won't. Damn, we lost 2 ships already? Hopefully not actually lost 2 ships. No, we didn't actually lose any ships. That's good. This is a bad situation for us, but we have shock at least. Shock and awe. So we should stack wipe them pretty badly there. Okay, and then we go here. We only need 1 there. We can't get there yet, but the AI will eventually probably ask for it. Are you gonna have allies? You do have allies. Let's do that. They don't hate it. They don't hate it. At least, you know, that's something to know, is that they don't hate it. We could send a scornful insult to these guys to piss them off, and then they could potentially get a royal marriage from that. They revoked our stuff. That's fine. We'll get the royal marriage. Get a 166 consort. It's decent as consorts go. So the Burgundians are possibly interested in a marriage. They are an alliance. They are. Scotland is goated, Liam. What game is this? Yes, it is EU4. Europa Universalis 4. A game about feelings towards painting a map a different color. It's kind of what it's all about. Why don't we pop off on this guy too? And then we can ask these guys for access. What foul situation is it that the AI chooses to ally with the British? Don't they know they're gonna eventually get gobbled up? Don't they know the gobbling will happen? The great gobbling? I'm playing Prussia, Germany. Nice. Did you restart Scotland run? I had to. We, for a number of reasons. One, specifically, the Burgundian inheritance went to the French, and that was just impossible. Once the French have it, it just isn't worth like fighting for that. Let's take these guys and go like this, and then ask them to come with me if you want to live in a world where I force you to fight Irishmen. Because that's what I'm gonna force you to do. Let's go, brethren. Oh well, we don't have access just yet, but we will get access. Mind you, we will get access. Shit, what was our, get an alliance, that's right. Who else hates the English? The Castilians do. Castilians are not completely out on us as, allies. For now, they say no. But, you know, anything's possible. The future is our oyster, you know, until the surrender of Maine happens and we have to reset again because I'm not ready for it. What's your favorite run? Mine was Spain to Roman Empire. Funny enough, we recently did an Aragon to Roman Empire run. What was Spain, or it was Aragon to Spain to Roman Empire. And we knocked out a bunch of the achievements that we were trying to do. Like we got the Peasant Republic one, which was really nice. And it took me too much time. Nice. What achievement is this? We're going for the one where France is vassalized by Scotland. I think it will work. We got pretty close yesterday. I think if they hadn't done the Burgundian inheritance, we would have been right there. Right there. Yeah, I don't love that, but as long as we have 2 powers, I think we can handle these guys by themselves, especially because they start off kind of weaker with especially they're getting 0-0-0 across the board. Hopefully Habsburg would get on their throne. That would be hilarious. Okay, still not able to get down there. Do we have to ask for access? I mean, I'm not above asking for access. It's too many diplomatic relationships, but whatever. What you doing as school? It was Scotland. We're just for fun. No, we're trying to do the run where we reverse the alliance, whatever it's called. I need to just pin it. That would be the best to get the answer quicker to everybody. That siege is almost done. That siege is not done. We probably should use our other person to just collect here. I know that's sacrilegious, but we're doing it anyways. Burgundy is still interested in alliance. Yes, they are. These guys are probably not going to be interested, but we should just improve anyways. I think we could come back from improving with them. Maybe we improve with the Pope just to get some extra points in stuff. Take over Panama. It used to be Scottish. I mean, didn't they bankrupt their whole like economy doing that? I'm trying to curry that favor right now with France. I don't know. Can you curry favor with somebody when you're not allies? It's just at a much smaller degree. I guess that's the move. All right. So the plan with these two is that we're going to turn them into marcher states so that we can then use them, one, for their force limit, increasing us, and then also as a distraction for the French inevitably. Was Ireland really independent and unified at this time? I don't know, dude. To be honest, this is old world history. I barely know new world history. I would say at one point I was a better historian that I currently am, I've kind of lost the spark of liking and following history just because of it's just too much of it. The breadth of history is a little too much for me. 25 points is fine. Military alliance. Okay, one of us take these. 35%, let's go. Take it right now. Yeah, love to see it. All right, can we walk all the way down here? We can. Fortunately, we don't really have a siege guy, so that's unfortunate. How many troops do you think are here? 4? Okay, we might be able to win this fight. It might be close. Yeah, it's close. Let's pop off on that. Yeah, we aren't gonna win that. But that's done now. Now we have freed up enough troops, and let's wait for morale to come back. Pff, I don't care about your rights. Let's wait a tick, and then we can go back on. We don't really need to take this, but just putting some pressure on it might stop them from. Will let us get out of the war quicker. So we'll come back from Castile and do that. What's the date? 1446. Okay. Munster. Is this where the name Munster for like cheese comes from too? Okay, they do want a surrender. Okay. With you, do you have another ally? No, you just have the English, which is fine. We're gonna Scottish vassalize you, and then we're gonna get money out of you. How much money could we get out of these guys, ostensibly? Probably not that much more than... They're probably gonna get taken over immediately. I know a whopping 20 gold is not worth that, so let's just go ahead and grab what we want and go home. Unless let's actually, no, we'll wait one more siege tick and then see what happens. Ooh, 614? Luthus, or we gain 5 legitimacy. 614. I mean, I don't really give a frick about diplomacy. Oh yeah, okay. So after the Black Death, the War of the Roses, England basically totally lost control of Ireland. These games teach you things. Yeah. What would you say the best idea group? Probably quality is my personal favorite. It's the one I go with most often, just because it's an all-around good one when it comes to military. After that, I would say depends on your situation. I know innovative is good. I know espionage is good if you're especially want to lower your aggressive expansion impact. That's always a good one. Oh, sweet. We can get out of both of these wars now. Ulster, Sioux, give us all your money. And Scottish vassal, bing bong, bing bing, bing bing bong. Okay. Right, 10 gold becomes vassal. Great. All right, so now we control the crossing, which is like great. And then you, same story, different day. Okay. So these two now can be turned into little lovely lasses and lads. Now we have 8 reasons. Damn. That's unfortunate. So close. Let's go here, and then once our person's back, we can then use them like that. We can get this. That should set us towards being threatening with them. I think that should be enough to get an alliance. Yeah. We just had to wait a minute, and then we can have our alliance, which we will do. Hopefully these two don't turn on each other. That would literally actually be the worst. is if the French and Burgundians go after each other immediately. That would be not ideal for our situation. Okay. Then we try to designate this guy as a march, and then same with this one. Those two are now marches, who are going to give their... we're going to enable them to have better troops. So hopefully they'll build up to their force limit, and then we can use that force limit in the future. As for our cash, how good is it? DJ, thank you for the follow. Hey, Bruce, do you have a Crusader Kings 2 account? I don't remember if I have a Crusader Kings 2 account. Isn't it just a Paradox account? Am I mistaken in that? Okay. Let us go and get rid of our economy, or fix our economy a little bit by getting rid of our military temporarily. And then it is 1446, so it means it's time to continue to curry favor with these two bigger guys. Because right now, if we attacked, they would say yes, but army-wise, might be worthwhile, but I don't think we can't 1v1 the English yet. What is our limit at right now? 24k troops. So we could, I'm hoping that the English sat themselves on 1 rebels, or 2 the War of the Roses. So rebels twofold. 4,000 hours. The best idea is admin for having a huge nation, or defensive for military. You think defensive is better than quantity? I guess it does give morale of armies, which is nice, and then maintenance is cheaper. Garrison size. What's the thing? Attrition for enemies. Max hostile attrition. Interesting. Huh. Well, good to know. We need to get rid of our situation. Unfortunately, us not being able to... them not allying anybody is not great for us. So we're gonna go ahead and cancel this, and we can continue to expand if we wanted to. I mean, once our vassals get stronger, or we could just go in there and do it ourselves. Might be the move, especially because they only have... who's their ally? These guys? Ormond? Why don't we take a beat and wait for our allies, or our vassals, to get their troops back? And then we can start doing that. Good to know. It says we're making money, but that's not true. That's just a fib. It's a big old fib. Is there anybody we could swoop? Poland, Epius, Lithuania. Has Poland and Lithuania not done their kissing? They're kissing. Have they not smooched to become besties forever in future wars and all times? Wow, Castile is allied with Aragon. I feel like that rarely happens. That might be problematic for our French situation, but we can continue to improve with these guys. Do you do multiplayers? Not really, Liam. How difficult do you think this game is to learn coming from CK3? Angel, that's a good question. I would say, thank you, Ice Cube, for the follow. I think the hardest thing is just realizing how much more mechanics are going on here, because there are several, as you can see, pretty much everything has a mechanic. Like there's power projection, and there's military power and diplo power and administrative power, and how you're using those, and then how there's a currency for your manpower and your sailors on top of your economy, and then stability is a thing, plus corruption, prestige. Those are all different mechanics that, like, after a couple playthroughs you'll really understand. For the most part, when you're playing in Europe and you're just playing as a feudal monarchy, it's pretty simple to understand. Some of the other system of governments get a little bit more complicated because they have different systems, but once you get a couple playthroughs under your belt, I think you can master it in about, like, not master it. You could have a good understanding within like 30 hours, I would say. I would say 30 hours would give you plenty of experience. What is this? There will be blood. Questions of rights. I'm not going to lose my claims. Lose prestige or piss off the Isles. Just force them to cede the Hebrides to us. What happens I went in here and did this anyways? Just did it in the diplomatic. Just said, give it to me. I've never actually done this before. Should we do the science experiment? Go in here and piss off them, taking the outer Hebrides. Let's do it. Okay, we're gonna take it. So it is already ours. Taking this already pisses them on more. Renouncing claim just doesn't do anything, and losing prestige. Let's see what happens when we renounce claim. So we already just pissed them off to the tune of how much? 20? So not really. Nothing happened at all. Might sub to the DLC to taste it. I would see play the base game and then after that maybe do the Game Pass for a little bit, because I know the getting everything is kind of expensive. It can be really expensive. What am I saying? As somebody who's purchased more of it than he's willing to say, I would say probably the best thing you can do is play a little bit and then see if it's worth getting the DLCs through the Game Pass or the Pass. Eddie, that seems like more of a... It seems like more of a forums question. I don't actually know the answer to that. Let's see, get 3, please. Oh, you're trying to add instead of just picking it up. Okay. Get force. Bro's playing as Scotland. Bro is playing as Scotland. I have no clue. I think he wants me to buy a game for him. I think that's... He's come to the wrong door, unfortunately. Okay. Let's curry that. Are you guys going to build up troops? You are going to build up troops. How much money do you have? Novgorod is fighting... Or Denmark is fighting Novgorod. Interesting. That's a ban in most streams. I mean, like... I like to give people the benefit of doubt. But if they keep insisting, I put them in timeout. Peasants in Perth. Perth and peasants. Let us get our army back into shape so we can deny them their rights, and then we'll get the loyalty back. Let's get the tick. I think this will be enough to fight them off, hopefully. They are peasants. We're better than them. Cool. You good man, Mr. Bruce. First and foremost, my name's Kevin. Bruce is the cat. Though I love the support for Bruce. Okay. These guys are slowly getting their troops back. Once they have all their troops, I might consider that. How are the English doing? They're just murking up and getting stronger, which is fine. Nothing I can do about that. We at least are we're like solidified in our situation. I'm hoping the surrender of Maine goes where the French get it without a fight. If they do get it out with a fight, we will just have to murk up and win that fight. Which isn't ideal, but it's what's probably what will happen. We're slowly getting our stuff here. And why don't we see? Do you still have friends? You still have one friend. You have no friends. You have no friends. You have no friends. Damn, England allying so many little guys is such a weird thing that they do. We can make this for our vassal. They have 5 people now, so why don't we do this? Let's do a deck for their cause. Let's come back from there. Oil up. What's going on your reset run? What's going on? You reset the run? Yeah, we reset the run because I didn't want to stab my eyes out with my mouse because I was gonna have a bad time. With how long this game's been out, I'd imagine all of it's not, most of the areas have been fleshed out. I would say there is a lot more of the areas than in CK3 that have been fleshed out, content-wise. Everything, for the most part, is pretty much good there. Let's go ahead and send 2 troops and then have them connect with that. I would say... I'm trying to think of a place that isn't as really fleshed out. I think it's all fleshed out, to be honest. All right. Boys, lock in. Oh, shit. Are we? We're not shit. We're not. We haven't gotten them. Let's have them do support. Ulster chooses not to support us, which, you know, that's fair. It's a dick move, Ulster, but I get it. Scotland! Pocketmon 809, welcome in. I'm trying to challenge, can't go in debt, and only declare with mission tree causes. Also, ally won't help. That's a crazy one. Is this game better than CK3 or just about the same? It's different. I would say it's more complex, which... some people would enjoy the complexity of it, and some people don't. I personally play CK3 how I play this game, kind of unhinged. I like the economics in this game, and I wish there was a little bit more of that. I love the peace deals in this game better than CK3. I wish there was more nuance to the peace agreements. But yeah, we could do it. It would be 93,000 troops, but I would have to solo. We'd have to solo whatever troops they have here, which is not great. I'm not even Scottish. Ferris, welcome in. All right, Twitch. We're going to run a quick little advertisement. We'll be back in less than 3 minutes. For the rest of you, I'm also going to run a we'll be right back because I want to grab a beverage, and I'll see you in a second. Oh, did we go offline? No, I think we're fine. Okay. Cup. Delicious. Tastes like syrup, even though it's not actually syrupy. Is there another alliance we could probably finagle? What is our... We're at 6 out of 4, which I should have changed that a while ago. That's my mistake. There we go. That fixes some of those things. Do we still have a line or a thing through that? So we can stop, we can cancel military alliance here, or military access there. Okay, so when it comes to our things, we could get one more alliance to either help in the future against the English or the French. We could start improving with the Austrians. That might be a move, because getting an alliance with them would be superb, because eventually we're going to need them to battle and fight the other guys. So we'll see how that is. I'm just playing how the game wants me to play. How many hours you got? 1,500. Probably would have been more if I had started playing EU4 as a content creator instead of CK, but here we are. They got 27 and somehow they got a fucking air. That's so bullshit. How does the AI finagle their way into an air like that? That's just... it's just how it goes sometimes, I guess. It's called EU4, Europa Universalis 4. No, not yet. Somehow we still are mainlining main. Once it does, if it does happen, I'm probably going to switch, or not switch. We're probably going to merc up and do this. Oh. Well, we have successfully managed to keep the truth from the rest of the court. It is only a question until we get out, unless something. King James recently discovered that his wife, Queen Consort Eleonora, is having an affair. Madam. Not only that, the other guilty culprit is none other than advisor Mungo Rebrun. Trust we put to this, obviously. Yikes, Aronies. We cannot have adulterers, so the queen consort must go. I mean, we do have a heir who's already of age, so it doesn't really matter. Let's ask the papacy. Papacy says no. No such thing as a divorce. Maybe if the papacy had liked us more, we'd be able to get a divorce. Alec Castile and go for Paris after landing your troops in the North Spain when you surrender kicks off. We're already allied with the French, unfortunately. And the surrender of Maine looks like it went easy. So no major conflict there. Probably should have done this before, but now we're focusing on Militech in the hopes that we get that done. All right, let's tell them to go be free little boys and girls. Go siege. Go siege. Go siege. Ooh, a 3-star baby boy. Yikes. Let's put this fort back on. Don't really want to fight them. SD18, thank you for the follow. I thought it'd be interesting. Tell me if this is a bad idea, chat. I think it's going to be a bad idea. But would it be funny? Because I'm trying to get to 10,000 followers on TikTok so I can get my 10 cents a video or whatever the monetary payout is for the creator fund. We're hovering around 5,000 right now, so we're like halfway there. But I thought it'd be funny if we made a video pretending like we were somebody else and saying, did you see this creator is going to do XYZ if they hit 10,000 subscribers or followers on TikTok? I've yet to establish what XYZ is. But we pretend to be somebody else talking about ourselves in the third person, but then they don't realize it until the end of the video when I say, isn't that crazy that I would do that? And then that's it. The idea hasn't fully come together, as you can tell. I'm in the planning stages. We're blue skying over here. I don't know if 10k troops need to be sitting right here, but I like their enthusiasm. All right, I think we can come back from Austria. Do you think it really took 17 days to get from Scotland to Austria? It feels like a lot longer of a travel time. From Vienna to Edinburgh. You know? Feels like there would be a little bit, like a couple months, but for gamies, I understand. 21. AI, just give up. No need to play these games with us. All right. How about we do this? Leave one and tell the rest to hook up with us. The other crazy thing is by making these guys vassals, or into, not vassals, into, by making these guys into, marchers, they have so much more, manpower to do stuff with, which normally I feel like doesn't happen. Like these guys wouldn't have this much manpower. Like, this one state alone has 10,000, I think, which just feels like a lot for a one province minor. Okay. Are you done playing? 2 more reasons. If I remember correctly, you can set a focus for all the vassals at once when they select it, and the bottom right, you can do it individually. I can send these guys to do this stuff, but we'll spare no expense. There's no such thing as expense here. My daughter died. I died. My baby son died. I guess I'm going to doing the CK3 playthrough as a 17-year-old girl. Sometimes that's CK3, baby. Okay. Can we just get out of this war? They say 0. What about now? 1 more month and they'll give it in. Okay. We go to you. I don't really want money from you. I just want to be not your friend anymore. Send. As for you, you're going to go to these guys, and I'm going to gain some wealth. And then you're stopping rivals with a bunch of people so I can get some easy prestige. And then we'll send that. Cool. We didn't conquer them because Kevin didn't click the right buttons. Is it time to reset the run? Definitely. Run. The run is cursed. Okay. If we were to deck on them, Burgundy says yes. France says no because they have their own truce. That's right. Fuck. It's because I didn't click the right buttons. That's what happened there. Not the right buttons happened, so now we are having to do this all over again. England has warned us, so they say, don't attack these people. They're nice people. That's fair, England. You fucking dickheads. We could make the war for... Is this dumb? I think this might be the smarter move. Make the war for... Whatchamacallit. Where's our navy? Did it get bigger? It did get one boat bigger. That's cool. Go into some debt. Attack here. Call these guys in. Call this in. English were being warned by so they may intervene. Yeah, England is allied with all these people. Our goal is to take this land. We call the English in. We call our vassals in, so we can get around the French truce with the English. We don't have the troops yet, but I can merc up to get them. Let's wait for tech, because I want to have the tech advantage, because I know I'll have better tech than they do. So with that being said, lower maintenance again. What game is this, Unk? God. I feel like Unk is predominantly from like the black community too. So it's weird when a man as a white man being called Unk. But I guess that's just pop culture nowadays, is that the black community's words slowly get used by other groups. It's called Europa. I'm proud of myself. Some ginger tea, and I came across your stream. Good job. I like a good ginger tea every once in a while. It's good for your belly, at least, especially if you have an upset stomach. Okie dokes. Royal marriage with these guys. That is actually good. That means we're close to an alliance. Aragon and France have a war for Castilian lordship. Interesting. How likely are you to die? 43. It's not impossible. That would be a fun little run. Why is that Aragon and France? Because I'm not as prestigious as them? Or they have more troops than us? I think it's the latter. Yeah, they have more frigid. Gentrifying language. Is it good like CK3? Yeah. Is Unk a black word? I don't know if it's a black word. I think it's just it originates from the black community. Prestige, legitimacy, air claim, strength, and development. Yeah, they definitely have more dev on us. Okie dokie. Dr. Jonesy. What did we end up taking as our thing? We took stab. That's right. Okay. Slowly hemorrhaging cash, which I guess it's fine. We're waiting on tech, which could come in Sepbutt. Thank you for the follow. Come next year. So we'll do that. We'll wait for the tech. I don't think anything should happen that would upset me the time between now and then. I think it's... We could also just not call the English allies in. What do you think, chat? No English allies? Just my allies. Then it's going to take like several wars to win against them. How many percentage achievements do you have? Not as much as I should. 93 out of 373. You bleeding so much with... do you have cavalry? Yeah, we have a lot of cavalry. You don't win with the English allies called in. I don't think we win even if the English... Yeah, I guess the Austrians are too much. Alrighty. We're waiting for tech, and then we'll go after them. No, not 93. That's a lot. If I had been playing as much as I had when I first got this game, I'd probably be at 100%. But I also, when I first started playing, I didn't really play on Iron Man because I thought this game was hard, and it is hard, and it is like soul sucking sometimes. But yeah, we're not gonna do scootage on these guys, but we could improve them. Let's improve with you. Aragon getting the fucking deal on that would be such a wild turn of events. I think we can come back from you, and we can go and improve here, and I think we can come back from you. Well, we can wait. How many hours do you have? 1500. Seems to be that everybody has the same questions, which is fine. I'm willing to answer questions over again and again and again, but it's just funny that it seems to be like the same couple questions. All right, when was that decision we could make? It's not until when? August. Shit, so he's still a year out. Favorite nation? I mean, my favorite nation? I liked Venice recently when we were playing them. Aragon was fun when we did a Peasant Republic. I think the republics kind of interest me the most because they kind of have the most like leeway with gameplay style. Like things change up a lot more with them. Opinions on EU5. Trying to keep them. Oh wow, they took on our debt. That's really nice of the French. Damn, France. Damn, girl. France just being a homie out here. Little do they know, at the end of the day, we're coming for their asses. Damn, we're gonna get admin tech before. I should have switched over sooner. Let us summon a diet and see if we can get any points. Papacy. Scotland supports independence. North Sea. I don't really want that. We'll do this one instead, and then we'll rip it away. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to do this. Have you played Hordes? Not recently, to be honest. There we go. Okay, the AI is willing to fight with us there. Okay. 1450. Are they on the same tech? Yeah, still on 3. Which achievement are you going for? We're going to the one where we vassalize the French as the Scots. And so far the run is going okay. I would say anything's possible. Maybe we can start the war early. Let's go ahead and get, while everything is like set up correctly. Let's go get some mercenaries. Let's see what our options are. A 5-2-1, 4-3, a 5-3, 4-3, 1-4, 2-3. Okay. This one for sure, because they're just cheap. And then we're going to go ahead and take this decision to take on a little bit of debt. Get a couple debts. And then we're going to use this money to get, I think, the 5-3-1. Or then there's this one. That's the 5-2-1-1. Having siege is nice. Especially because we don't really have siege elsewhere. Or a 4-3-1. What is better? I forget. I think shock is better, right? So I think this one's the best one. Let's do that. And then we'll pop off. Let's see where they're... Let's make sure their fleet's not here. Also, bringing in the Burgundians, that does allow us to have a lot more fleet access. So they might be able to make a landing. There seems to be English partisans appearing. Why, I have no clue, but they are. Okay, we'll wait a month. In the beginning of the game, shock is the best both for infantry and cav. Okay. That's what I distinctly remember, but, you know, what did that just say? I always click it without even reading what it just said. I'm just like, yeah, that seems right. Okay, I think we are better now. Don't want to send... We don't need to send this guy. These guys can wait. Let's get our theater back up. Let's wait a month and then let's pop. Oh, not that. Bing, bang, bong. We can do it for ourselves. Let's go send this guy over here. We're going to have these guys sit here. We're not going to make our navy move because that's stupid. And of course my vassals are probably not going to help me in that battle. Oh, they did. Good. All right, let's slow down because that's way too fast. And they've already started sieging lands over here. All right, how's it going over here? Looks like The navies are fighting. I don't know why the AI is taking this fight. This is not a good fight for them. Did they just get caught out? They might have just gotten caught out. Let's go here. Okay. Hoping that they separate. We can take tech. Unfortunately, we have to wait for tech to do that. And my naval hopes are not gonna work out, I don't think. We'll wait for that. The AI is gonna lose an... They want me to fight in this fight? This is, I don't think, a smart fight for us to join, but we're doing it anyways. No, but we have the advantage, that's right. It's prestige. What's prestige for? Let's take the prestige. Okay, first major battle goes to us. Let's have them go over here. Very expensive war without England as co-belligerent. I mean, the option but was to call in Austria and Portugal. So, if anything, we'll see what happens. It's going to be multiple wars against them. So whatever comes of this comes of this. Wonder if we could just sneak out our navy to get a thing without it absolutely being destroyed. It might not happen. How many troops do we need here? 100. And we don't have it. Okay. This is Europa. What game do you prefer? This one. This one and Crusader Kings 3 are my daily drivers, pretty much. Okay, we're sitting all of our troops right here, and that's like probably not smart for economic reasons, but that being said, who said I was smart? So in this first war, we're gonna want to take like probably something that will cripple them. I don't know if we'll be able to do it easily. Okay, they have 20,000 troops there. Could pull our troops back. That might be dumb. I'm just concerned. We got to keep an eye out on it. I don't know how far we are ahead of tech on them, but the more the better. And that's a renaissance for. Cool. %. You love to see it. Let's sneak out. Let's see if we can hit them with a barrage just to speed that process up. And it did speed it up. Okay. Cool. So once we get this broken down, I think we can then march our troops back over and it will start the bloodbath of the English. They are making landings, which is huge. That they actually got troops on here is amazing. So that's going to relieve our needs. I'm hoping that the English just don't, or the Burgundians don't take land. I mean, the Burgundians could take land, but it just would be preferable that they don't. All right. Things are not going well for England now. Because now we've pretty much broken the north. So we'll be able to start creeping down. Gonna wait until they show their faces again, and we'll try to stack, or not stack wipe them. Try to do as much damage to them as possible. We have not using our diplomats. We should be. Let's improve here. Castilians would probably take an alliance. Yes, that would be huge. I'll take a Castilian alliance. Okay. To be honest, it's going to be expensive, but let's see if we could go like get the north, at least the north part, and then maybe release somebody. I don't know. Annulling alliance with Portugal seems meaningless, though. Take provinces to release Northumbria and Wales and annul the alliances. Yeah, releasing Northumbria could be expensive, and that also causes a truce for a while. I might take these 2 provinces and then also release Northumbria. We'll see. Or what we could do is hope that they attack one random of these guys, and then we can vassalize them and use that as a CB or something. Is there a big difference between this and CK3? Yeah, CK3 is also all about dynastic, like character by character, where this is like a nation building game. This is a lot more around like the idea of like what it's like to build a nation. If let's congregate right here and see if we can get a decent amount of damage on them. Okay, this battle's going okay. I wish we had had our troops in position, and that should do us good. Hopefully they don't hide behind the walls. They aren't. Good. Where are you following? We're going to follow them and try to stack wipe them. We're not going to get it, but we'll do enough damage. Not a stack wipe, right? Yeah, no. Where are they going this time? Stack wipe. Yes. And stack wipe? Maybe not. Let's see what we can get. Okay. What happens if we went to use specifically? Said this. And then release. Not Normandy. We don't want that. Releasing Wales is 46. And Northumbria is 76. So it's not as likely. Alright. Let's tell our vassals that it's time to just siege. Because they don't... The AI isn't strong enough to deal with us now. Release vassal for one province and then declare reconquest. Maybe. It's called Europa Universalis 4. EU4 is the game. Okay. Overall, not taking on so much more debt. That's good. The English are not having a good time, which that's also good. Might make sense to just do like take 1 or 2 provinces from the English. Do this and return. Get return cores to us. Do we have to control the land to return cores? Why is the Isle of Man in... I didn't realize that. That's interesting. All right, we'll just keep plucking away at it and see what we get. Seems like they're going to be fine with hiding behind their little bastion. Okay, Oxford, we're going to have to... Let's just pull back from... We'll see where our options at the end of the day are. Well, unfortunately, they're the ones who were fighting. They're the main CB. So, yeah. Or I would piece them out. Okay, we could do small war or peace deal with them. We could do return. Go like this. Go bing, bang, boom. Just right across there. They say no. Why? I own half your country. I'm gonna own more of it soon. Let's see if we can go take Hampshire. Let's go get this 5-stack dealt with. Yeah, it sucks how dominant their fleet is. Definitely take Pale to stop their expansion into. Well, the thing about leaving them Pale is that we could then. My thinking is, if we leave them to have Pale, there is a strong likelihood we could try to vassalize one of these guys before they can get it, and then we're right back into another war with them really quickly. But we'll see. All right, let's see what kind of deal. They're still at medium. Let's do that. It's expensive, but it's a start. It's 98. It's a lot of works stuff, but what about a separate piece? How bad is a separate piece? Do you play Hearts of Iron? Every once in a blue moon. I'm not as good as at Hearts of Iron, though I know I've been trying to get better. It seems like something I would enjoy just because it is another Paradox title. Fucking they're cheating. AI is cheating as usual. You love to see it. All right. Us threatening their capital. That should pretty much force it. Nope. Struggle with the Gates game. I mean, that makes sense. It's not an easy game to, especially compared to some of the other Paradox titles. It is not an easy one. Separate peace would allow you to cripple the English economy. Yeah. If we're being realistic, what do we need to do to have that happen? Does that do it? No, probably not. Does that do it? Probably not. Just having a nice Scottish strip through your nation. I don't know. Sucks we can't get bonuses from that, but we're threatening their capital. Let's go stand here. See what else we can do. For some that experience in CK3, would this be hard to learn? I feel like it's more complex. It is way more complex. I don't think it's hard. It would be the thing that's going on for EU4 that's nice is that it's at the end of its life cycle, so there's not going to be any new content coming out. So once you learn it, you'll have learned it. So there's that. I personally wouldn't get EU5 until I've seen something more that I've been like, this is worth it. Are you moving on us? Okay, well. They're not in low yet, which I don't understand how they're not. Can we just easily? Yeah, we can just easily go there. They should be in low. Like, we're threatening their capital. We've controlled most of their shit. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Now they can come to the peace deal more truthfully. If we were to do something, releasing Wales, we could do. Isle of Man, we could release and just get that. We could go attack them. Separate peace. Okay, we want this. That's too much, they say. It's far too much, Kevin. You can't be serious. That's so unserious of you. I think taking this... do we not have a higher score? Blockade of Calais. True. Take the money. I'd probably take their money, 10%, and cancel Austria's alliance. Yeah, that also is a good one. Okay. Let's be realistic. I think taking these three, that makes sense to me. Because then we can release Northumbria and then do a Reconquista or whatever. Then after that, we say no more friendship with Austria. Give us war reps. And then see if we can get money or something. If we asked for that all in the main peace deal, how does that look? They wouldn't give it to us. We give them Pale still. War reps, we can't ask for war reps. Not having cannons sucks ass. I forgot how much it's just not great. We'll improve there. How long has this war been going on? 3 years? Feels like ages. Let's go and... Okay, that's fine. Are we gonna have to wait to get this? Maybe. Alright, improve. 66 reasons. You're on low, though. What is your reasoning? You're like, oh, we could still do it. We could still do it. They're like, we could still do it. Don't you think we could still do it? Let's see if... Is it because they have an army still? That's probably it. Once we stack wipe this army, it's over for them. Yep. Okay. That is probably curtains. Right? We could still do it. Alrighty. So the deal is England cedes Lancaster, Northumbria, Cumbria. Can we get Isle of Man back? It says no. Well. But Fudger, thank you for the follow. Love the name. Thank you for everybody who's been watching the stream so far. I hope you've been enjoying it. If you have, we have a Twitch, we have a TikTok, we have a YouTube. If you'd like to support us there, it'd be fantastic. If not, you know, if you're like, go fuck yourself, Kevin. Totally understandable. Totally understandable. Why did that jump so high? Okay, they want unconditional now. Let's see what the... Nah. Is this what's breaking the bottom dollar? Yeah. I would like to have... This says no. No. All right. Take the money. We take 2. That's not... This first war is tough because how long is this the peace deal for? 5 or 12 years? Does the money... The money's not even worth it. Let's see. Still, it's only a couple months difference, I guess. And we would only see how much of it? 21, which would be partially to us. I probably take their money. Yeah. I already read that one. Get 1 Northumbria, 1 Wales, so you can release those 2 and get Reconquest CBs. I mean, I don't really want to vassal, because what's our situation like now? I guess we would get rid of these 2 as vassals. And this one's going to go away, so we could be 1 over. I think that's fine. We can do that. Because Cumbria is Northumbria, and this is Northumbria, and Lancaster is not Northumbria. But we can undo it. We don't need it per se. We can. So that, how does that work out? 623 gold would be nice, but our inflation would jump. Lower AE. Yeah, but I don't really give a shit about AE, to be honest. If I'm being truly honest, AE is not a concern in this run. Because at the end of the day, we're trying to vassalize France. So whoever we piss off, it's the French and these guys on the West Coast, which I don't think aggressive expansion is really going to change that drastically. But I hear what you're saying. We could do that. So when's the deal for this one now? $64. How about we don't do the... Well, what's the cheapest of these? 60, 62. Maybe not Wales. We get Northumbria. The peace deal is sooner. It's only a 10-year peace deal. We could get a shit ton of money. It would pay off. How much debt do we have? Do you have a significant amount of debt? What about this? We don't get money if we do this. This is the thing about Europe that's tough. Is the peace deal. Sometimes there are many things to weigh, but I think, how about we lessen the amount? How much does that change it by? 131. We see how much of that? Okay. A little less than, or a little over 10 years. We take 2 lands, we release that. We take this. The English are not crippled, unfortunately. They're still powerful, but they've lost 2 pieces of land. We leave them pale in the hopes that we can then use that as a potential to start another a war with them. Wait a month. Sue for peace. I take it. Get their money. Bet your bottom dollar. That's that. We now have CBs on all of that. We go here and say, pay off this. And we don't have to core it because we're about to release these guys. Northumbria has been released. Okay, this comes back. We turn this off. We still have to core this one piece that we can do. I thought we were friends list. We aren't. If we do this, 2 more months, and then we can just annex it in one piece. We can improve that. All right, how's our cash flow? It's not great. Not great. I think we can get rid of one of our groups. Probably these ones. Interest advisors. Still negative 2.7. Let's turn off army maintenance for now. Yeah. Lower authority for extra cash. Well, I think we're about to try to summon the Renaissance right here. Let's see. Do we have any Renaissance here? We don't have any Renaissance here. Some there. Yeah. Keep an eye on this. Let's keep an army there, actually. I know exactly where to lower autonomy is. I don't know if we can do it that much. Fortunately, it's going to cause a lot of issues, but so now everybody's upset with us. Darn. Okay. I think we can unload some of our horses. I think that's what's also breaking our economics is that we have a little too many horses. Let's get rid of 2 maybe. Yeah. And then let's go ahead and annex this guy. Well, first, let's see if we can get this alliance. Yep. Great. And then let us go here and come back from here, actually. It's January. Perfect timing, actually. The French are fighting people. That's fine. Let's start currying favor with these boys once we can. Also just can improve. Curry favor with you. Come back from this. Cool. All right, the English aren't great. We did give them a whapping. We do have 7 loans though. What can we do? Should we wait for this to happen? Probably. Before we click in our development, we wait a whole year to see if we get more dev that way. Less than a year till that pops. Okay. Come back from that, and then we can annex this. Say that's done. Nope. Are they mad? They're kind of mad. Allied with rivals, that's fine. We can improve with them. And then we've got the Hebrides now. So we get 1 manpower there, and then are they fighting, attacking Provence and Burgundian consuls of Verdun? Okay. Would be huge if we got the Burgundian inheritance right now, but I doubt that we'd be so blessed. But, you know, I think it's possible. We're set up in a good place. Let's just keep an eye out and see if the British start attacking anybody. We can then try to vassalize them before it becomes a thing. And then from there, I don't know, live our lives. We can send our navy back to protecting trade in the North Sea, I think. And then let's look at what our deal was. What did we want? Papal states. I have not been doing that. Improve. Only I'm getting a 0.11, so it's going to take forever unless we push for it. I'm going to wait to see if we can get the dev decision. I doubt we will. Been a long time loving the gameplay in Iron Man Portugal. Excited for EU5. I'm also excited for EU5, but I'm also trying to put my expectations on the floor so that I won't get my heart broken in a couple months and be like, these motherfuckers, they've done me in again. Let's have them do this. Just be smart. Oh, we got some more troops. For now, we can just get rid of those troops. We don't need those. So we're only hemorrhaging a little bit, and now we did need those troops. Papal points, please. Looks like the army on mission is too scared to engage, which makes sense. They should be too scared to engage. Thank you for everybody who's been watching the stream so far. I hope you've been enjoying it. If you have, we're going to run an ad. See you in a sec. Let's make sure everybody's here. Let's do that. How do we feel about the afternoon streams, chat? I know this is like not like peak time, but here we are. Swim, I forgot you said something. What did you say to me? Teach me. I don't know how to. I know nothing. I'm the worst teacher in America. I'll take the level of. Fuck. How close are we on this? 25 would be not great, but losing one stab would also not be great. So let's take the stab hit for now. All right. These guys are terrified, but they should win outright because they have the better commander, or not. Or not. Once again, Kevin, what are we doing? Sending troops against much better troops. Cool. We got that up in time. That's great. Let's see what the seat is. We get options. What are our options? Yearly inflation, national tax, burgers like us more, Scotland gets more crown lands. We could get rid of the annex subject thing. We could get one more stability back. I'll take my stability back, please. Thank you. Free stab is always nice. Where are you going? Dumbfires. Dumbfears. Oh, that's Dumbfears. All right. Let's make sure that this is done. Let's get that military. And then we're going to dev push in our capital. So for those who don't understand what I'm about to do, it's to, there's, what are these institutions in the game? And every institution needs to be embraced before you take more tech, or else you're going to pay a huge penalty. So right now we're going to push, meaning we're going to put a bunch of points into this zone to get it so that we have our little renaissance here. And we're going to be shy, unfortunately, just by a little bit. But it's still happening. Are you locked in? You are locked in. That is less than ideal to be locked in. God. Takes a village to kill some peasants. Let us look at this. We're fine. Cool. First Nations you're gonna play on. First Nation you're gonna play on EU5. Probably England. England or Venice, depending on what the vibes are like. There might be somebody that I see that is much more interesting to play as. Archduke Kingdom of Austria. Damn. You'd love to see that. That's huge. Yeah. Let's see if we can entice a war out of these guys. Maybe, maybe not. Let's get these guys back over here real quick. Let's go like this. And we have these guys up here. I'm going to go ahead and sell so that we can get some money quickly. Yes, I know. How horrible. Sell this real quick. Plus everybody will like us better. We'll be able to pay off most of our debts. And by most, I mean some. We'll turn off our army maintenance, and we're going to send our army down here. Now that we have these guys, do we still need them as vassals? I say the answer is probably no. We can go ahead and get rid of them. So maybe we go ahead and do that. Might make sense. So we go here and we say, come back from the French, and we say, because how many people do we have? We have 6. Ulster, Northumbria, these guys. Okay. And if we stop having them as our little vassal swarm, would it make sense to break off this alliance with them? Bro, are you doing 24-hour stream? I saw you in the morning and now it's nighttime. That was yesterday. There's no way. I did not play this morning. I know that for a fact. Let's do this. Let us see if we can vassalize them and then have the AI, like the English, think that this is a free dub. But in reality, there's no such thing as free dubs for you, England. Just like, see if they'll jump in on this idea. Do they have, no. Okay. We have a nice little coalition here. I'm happy with what we have. We could also truce break. That's like maybe psychopants behavior, but Bosnia is fighting them. The Danish are losing a war potentially. Let's go back to this. Delicious. Okay, what is the dealio here? People who aren't happy get happy, and people who are unhappy get that. Okay, that's fine. How soon until this pops? 1460. Damn, we should have probably dev pushed earlier. That's just unfortunate, but it is what it is. Okay. Stability to 3. That's not happening. Gain a castle where? Not worth it. And burgers want this. I'll take the burgers want this. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that should have it done in 2 years' time, it says. What's the current achievement goal? We're trying to take over France as Scotland. It's going all right. This run, I would say, is not my favorites thus far because we didn't attack the people directly. Scotland is importing stuff from Norway. I'll take that because I need to use that for maybe this. 105. Well, I'll take it for this then. And then we can do reforms. Kingdom reforms. So we have strengthened the noble privileges, which is manpower. We've got strengthened the noble privileges, which is taxes. Fort maintenance goes down. Stability modifier -10. Yearly legitimacy +0.5. Cavalry cost comes down. Yearly army tradition. People always say the manpower because, especially in the early game, you don't have shit for manpower. So let's go for that one. So now we have a couple more 1,000 troops that we can handle. All right, England, take the bait. Girl, take the bait. Do it. You know you want to. Can we use this to pay back our loans? We can. How much more loans do we have? Only 2 more. And it looks like something happened there. Black news. We have Lucius the Stuart the First. We have an heir, 514, James, and then we have Queen Consort. Good stuff. Let's go back to royal marrying you, and the other guys can ask for a royal marriage. I'm somehow straddling 3 allies. I don't know how that's possible. 3 allies that arguably hate each other. We have the French, we have the Burgundies, and we have the Castilians. Also, thought you conquered all of England and part of France. We did yesterday, but we reset because I didn't like that run. What was happening in that run? All right, England, take the bait. Take the bait, girl. Come on. Sure. I think England's not going to take the bait, guys. And they're allied to everybody else, so why don't we just hold on to this county just as long as they take the bait? Highland unrest. That's fine, I guess. Should we get another general? I mean, why not? Getting another general would be nice. At least he's got siege pips. Okay. We are financially stable, but could be way more financially stable had we decided to do things differently. England, it's chill, dude. Just do it. Just attack them, and then we can attack you. 'Cause otherwise, they don't have seep. They don't have. Do they even have a? They do have that. England, do it. Do it, go. What convinces the AI to do something? Because I would love them to do something for me. We can't do an alliance with the EU because you say no, because we're allied with the French. But as soon as we're done with the French, we might be able to get an alliance with them. Is there any sneaky beakies? I guess we could just run the same plan back that we just did before. We would have to 1v1 the English. We could white piece them. Might be the move. What's preventing Castile? Debt. Fucking Castilian debt. This says no, sorry. That's not the deal. This is the deal. Everybody says no. War exhaustion. War exhaustion. Castilians say no. Do we do it again just to shorten our thing? Because now it's 8 years away? No, I think we have to wait and just do the main war against them. Alright, well, sadly, the AI is not willing. Let's sue for peace. They don't want to sue for peace, which is strange. They're saying he's low on manpower. That's fine. Okay. How close are we? We're present here now. So we can switch this over to spread the institution. How much do you think the institution costs us right now? Right this instant, my guess is like 200 gold. 108. Okay. So we could go and get a teensy bit of debt so that we could start sharing the institution and pay that back ourselves. Just get that institution embraced now, and then go and say, no need for this. Unfortunately, we already did it. Then we can go to our allies like Castile and say, Castile, my good friend, offer knowledge sharing? They say no. Monthly deficit. All right, well, didn't realize you were a bunch of broke motherfuckers. So nobody's willing to take my offer of knowledge sharing. Well, I guess I'll take my knowledge sharing and go home. Unfortunately for me. Okay. Nice. We can select a naval doctrine. I think shipping trade power makes the most sense. Just get a little extra cash here and there. There you go. Broke bitch number 1 is done being broke bitch number 1. Okay, I'll take that. Come back from here. Unfortunately, the English decided to be punk ass kids and not do what I want them to do. All right, well, Guess we're just gonna have to wait, unfortunately. This is much slower than I would like to have been. I would like to have had our first war conquer most of England, because now England will have time to like rev back up. But what is one to do? Attack his neighbors, of course. We're just gonna consolidate all of Ireland for ourselves. Let's get that. How much more? Yeah, I'm not a fan of this run so far. Is that on me? I think that's on me, guys. These guys are done for. Let's see if we can get there in time. Would be nice to have a battle one under our belts. They get stacked wiped too. Northumbria is probably tired of having to come bail us out of these fights. And a stack wipe, which will lead to, yep. That, then after that we can probably attack Thomond. Do we have this? Yeah, we have a truce with them. Then we'll have a truce with them. But we won't have a truce with you. Why is Castile such a shit show at the beginning of the game? Like, I feel like that seems to be a through point. Until they start getting colonies. And then they start kind of beefing up then. Yes, I would like to get rid of this edict, but not until next year, I guess. Okay. They have to run uprisings, ton of uprisings. Why do they? I feel like the AI should be better managing that. What's the likelihood of us no CBing them? Probably not. Okay. Do we even have a CB on you? We still do. We have Reconquest. With that being said, let's go ahead and improve with you. And then after this war, I'm going to revoke one of these guys' rights, I think. Maybe both of them. As for our tech, it's kind of in the shit. Catholic government's holding a lot of Muslim provinces. Yeah, I guess that's true. How much do I need to repay? 5 loans. But they don't have interest, thankfully. Ireland is slowly being consolidated by us. They have not jumped back, which is good. Unfortunately, that gives France a ton of time to consolidate all their like little guys, which I would like to have already be onto our second war with the French or the English. But woe is us. What is one to do? No edict there, and then we'll go and just full annex. Thank you. Peace deal with these guys, right? Yeah. We don't have a peace deal with these guys. The English would join. This is also English. We just fought a war against these guys and didn't win. I'm really just pushing Ireland, but I guess it is nice to do this so that we can get some free whatever. Not free, but at least more resources. And also, if we don't take it, the English will take it, and that's just more land we're gonna have to fight for the English for. Okay, that's good. Things are going well. What about you, Chad? You think everything's going well? If so, blink twice. Lose 10 legitimacy or 15 legitimacy or admin points. Seeing as admin points are at a premium right now, I will not be doing that. We can repay another loan. Does that mean we're out of loans? No, we still got 3 more. Maybe the AI will... No. Okay. Improve here. And why don't we go and just top off relations with the Burgundians or somebody. Damn. Wait, did that say incorporating? What is an incorporated personal union versus a normal personal union? I just got cucked because the French decided to ally Connacht, and as I was about to finish position to unify Ireland. I mean, classic French move there. Meddling in businesses that don't really need to be meddled in, but do it anyways, because why not? So anything else we should be doing at this point? I don't think so. Paying down our debts. Getting tech. We are just so far behind on tech, which is unfortunate. I don't care about the English opinion. We'll go for the cheaper advisor. Where is our fleet? To be honest, I have no clue. I'm surprised they haven't ran into these other fleets. Will they move? Or will they just run into them? Let's give them an admiral. See if that will give us more. Or do they see the other fleets and say, oh, we're not going to engage them? Be taking that. They say no? Well, you're going to be saying yes in a second. Okay, those two have been taken. Awesome. Bing, bang, take the cash, go home. Gonna probably have rebels here soon. How much longer until this? December of 60. Can we repay a loan? We can. And we're now down to two more loans. They have 25,000 troops. I think they're still going to be behind on tech. So that's good for us. We'll be able to have that tech advantage again once we fight them in a couple of years. We can do this. I think it will be advantageous to revoke this on them, and same with these guys. So we can start that ticking clock and we can integrate them easily. Yes, I know that's going to cause us problems, especially because I want to get admin tech. But 2 stab is what it is. When can we get this back? 4 more years? Okay. So can we suffer 4 years without having any sort of bonuses? Possibly. Give them support or we lose out. It's fine. Okay, we can come back from you and we can go and start improving with both of these. What achievement are you going for? The one where you start as Scotland and you take over the vassalization of France. I don't think it's going to happen with this run now that how it's gone. It's not ideal how it has gone. We are financially better off, which is good, but like we are also not in the place I want to be. Shadow Kingdom. Austria. doing their thing. Are they doing a unification on... Oh, just conquest. Damn. I was about to say the Austrians conquering Bohemia too would be such a play already. So unfortunately we can't annex these guys until when? 70 and 70. I mean, that's to be expected a little bit. We need the money. Or papacy. We need the money. Pay down one more debt. They can get a little bit more influence. I'm fine with that. And then we can attack them in December. Okay, cool. We can summon a diet. So everybody's a little less pissed off. Build a castle. They really want us to build a castle somewhere that doesn't need a castle. I don't know how the game chooses certain things, but it seems to they really want castles in places that don't need a castle. Like putting a castle up here is useless. It would be better suited to use that money to attack or build a navy. But what are you gonna do? Let's have these guys start training and then take these guys off this, especially because we have enough money. Gotta head to bed now, sadly. We'll catch the rest of tomorrow then. Alright, Jup. Thank you for stopping by. I hope your rest is restful. I just think they want stuff. They just want. I mean, you're probably not wrong there. After that, we'll pretty much have all of Ireland under our belt. With a unified Ireland, what do we get? We just get morale of armies, which is a good to have, but not need to have. Like in the future, we'll be able to use that. Pretty peaceful, surprisingly enough. I think the fact that everybody pretty much hates England. If I was England, I would be sweating bullets, being like, hey, yo, why these guys all got guns trained on me? We want to keep topping off with Austria. Because we want them on our side eventually. Pork has been bought. How much money do we need for what we're doing? A market is what we need to build, right? 98 gold. Damn, that knowledge sharing just cut off, which is unfortunate, but maybe we can go find another sugar daddy who will take our money. Burgundy says no because it will put them in default, won't it? Oh no, our diplomatic reputation is the reasoning. Really? When does that end? Not soon. One of the better things I recommend for Civ 5 was AI sending you messages about the troops gathering at their door. I feel like maybe this is a bad take, but after playing Paradox games, I can't really go back to turn-based games as much as I used to. Something about the turn-based games just feels so antiquated now. It feels like last century gaming. Maybe that's just me, and I'm just being super, super duper extra. Oh, who? Okay, no, they didn't break anything. England is no longer considered a great power. Good. How much longer until our break? 64. But yeah, I hear what you're saying. That would be interesting addition so that the AI can't just have 15 troops on your random large empire and you're just like, oh, where the fuck did all these guys show up from? All right. So our next war, hopefully we can just fully cap. We're just gonna keep probably pop out Wales. Maybe not though, who knows? We'll see what we can afford. Okay. We're gonna put all these guys in Scootage except for Northumbria. I kind of want Northumbria to fight because I want their... Oh, they got rid of that. Unfortunately, got rid of that fort there. I don't like civic games because they are just really linear since the random dispersions of peoples and resources rather than scenarios. I mean, it's just something about the turn base. I like to be able to smack the pause button and going at like at a light speed too. I would take knowledge sharing. Thank you. Should we get rid of this army? Might be time to build back up our own forces. And then we can, once we have enough money, we can build a market here to get that the mission done. Unless a treasurer dies and then he starts messing up our whole shebang. Let's go with this guy. Decline. All right, 2 more years until we go back to war with the English. This time around, we're going to try to take as much land as possible. We'll see. Losing stab or reform. I mean, stability right now, administrative points are at a pretty high premium, so we'll do that. My king, some news. France has decided to accept knowledge sharing from the Swiss. Wait. We were too expensive, France? Y'all broke it off because we were too expensive? That's so awkward. Okay. One more year, and then it's wartime, baby. Some couple disputed people here and there, but nothing crazy. Let's Merc back up to having at least, or not Merc. Let's get our troops back up to having like a couple, 614 or 514. I guess they're arguably the same, so we can just go do that. It's a decent king. Ain't gonna be too expensive when you're subjects. Yeah, okay. They have 26 troops again. We're probably gonna have to merc up again, unfortunately. Because right now, what can we have troop-wise? We personally can hold 27. Yeah, I think it would make more sense to just get the mercs. Another time, girl! Like father, like son. Our wife has done the unthinkable. Caused us a prestigious, terrible thing. Cheating on the philosopher. What about papal and... Ooh. Expend 25 papal influence. It's not likely enough to sway the Pope. Oh no. Goddamn Pope. Thought we were friends. We are not. March of next year. I think, yeah. The move is to just pay for a couple mercs. Marriage between this remains. Okay, well, stop cheating on me, first and foremost. It's not very nice. How many troops, how many people are going to pop up? 1,000? 7,000? Okay, March is around the corner. It's time then to take on more credit. Take some loans, pay the loans off, take some loans, pay the loans off, take some loans, pay the loans off. Let's go here, and then will we merc? Do we merc big merc or little merc? What are we thinking? Big merc or little merc? 2 smaller mercs? I think 2 smaller mercs, even though it is... no, it's a little bit cheaper. 2 smaller mercs. especially because they have better generals. Decline. We could sell off the money so we don't be in so much debt. So we only have 2 little debts. The Austrians are their friends again, which that's fine. Because now we have both. We have Castile, we have France, and we have Burgundy, all as homies, which we can easily take advantage of and do away with. Let's do the thing where it says handle, and we say provoke. Cool. Got it. Okay. It's almost March. We've got more loyalty and more money coming out of there. That's good. Money. So overall, we have 8. About 20. No, I don't need to do the math. 22 troops, and they have about 26 troops. They have a couple more than us. Unfortunately, we are not. We are 1 tech ahead of them too. I was hoping that we'd have a couple more points here and there, but c'est la vie. Chat, should we go for quality right off the bat? Somebody said defensive is better. Defensive gives us army tradition from battles and morales, but we won't get morales, whereas infantry combat ability right now would be nice. When I was most needed chat, they all disappeared on me. Damn, we got 30 people on YouTube? Hi, YouTube. How's it going, girl? Hopefully it's well. I think quality, just because the infantry combat ability is so nice. Espionage is my favorite. It doesn't really make sense, seeing as also we're going to be fighting the French. Taking a combat ability, a military idea early is better, I think. Do you think morale of armies is better? Does army tradition from battles make sense? What does army tradition do again? I forget. It's like morale of armies and everything like that. So the more battles we fight, the more things. I mean, let's throw the bones and see what it's like. The AI, let's see what the hubbub's all about. All right, it's about to be March. Our things will come up. Our truce is up. It's time to deck. Everybody says yes. It's party time in the USA once again. We'll make it for York. And we didn't put our navy away. Where is our navy? Sweet baby navy. Sweet baby navy. Why the fuck are you all the way over there? Girl, get home. You're drunk. Let's get our forces together. Everybody come clamoring down to see if we can hunt one of these guys down. Would be huge for a stack wipe. Oh, baby, you love to see it. Huge stack wipe right there. Let's continue to hunt these guys, see if they... I don't know why they're running onto our capital, or onto our fort. That gives us the advantage. No stack wipe, unfortunately. All right. Let us begin the process. Actually, you go here, and these two can... No, You go here, and then the other two can hunt. I said you guys go hunting, but all right, well, going back north, that's okay. How's it going on in Europe? Austria is doing stuff. Portuguese are also in this war. Damn, this is not a global conflict, but this is a pretty large conflict that I've orchestrated here. Pretty bad one for Europe as a whole. The concert of Europe is not going well. Let's get some more eyes on everything. Let's spare no expense. Keep that on because, fortunately, our people have decided no. Northumbria has made the right decision to go siege people down in Ireland. Love that for them. Love that journey. It's going to be great. Is there anything else we should be doing with our diplomats? Improving. Probably just improving across the board. When is Castile and Aragon going to get together? You love to see it. If and when they get together. Okay. We're gonna wait. I don't know where this AI is hiding. Probably down here, if I were being honest, or down here. And I was honestly right. These guys. Caught them. Maybe? Maybe not. It's not going to be a stack wipe, that's for sure. Let's go after them. Unless they go hide somewhere I can't come. And it looks like they're going to go somewhere I can't go. Let's have them corralled. We could engage them. Unfortunately, that's not exactly what I wanted to engage them, but not going to be stack wipe. Not even close. Should have just engaged them while we had the chance. Now they're going to go hide back in their hidey hole. Maybe we just start sieging. Well, no, we have to fight them. All right, how's it going over here? Everybody has somehow decided to invade Portugal for some reason. And the Portuguese are like, another one. Nika, thank you for the share. Luke, welcome in. How you doing? Let's get these guys, and let's have that guy go there. I'm trying to bait. Well, I'm not actually trying to bait. Let's just come down here. Just not bait. Can I? No. Darn, that's not how that split I wanted to happen. Let's do a state debate. Let's see if we can get more stability. I doubt we can. We're not so fortunate. We could do dev pushing, which is the one I wanted ages ago. Advisor costs coming down. Reform growth would be nice. But free Diplo is always nice too. Because when are we pushing? Not for a while. I think reform and advisor cost makes more sense. Because now advisors cost not crazy less, but a little bit less, you know? Gotta get them deals where you can get them deals. When can we annex you? The 70s. I don't know why they keep trying to do this with their navy, but they do. They really do. Where are the Burgundians? Losing somewhere. You guys done? No, still one in. Oh. These things are going our way. With England. They're happy with how things are progressing, but I think that will change. Their tune will change pretty soon here. Especially once we start... Not that. Mostly we need to stack wipe this army. We should have stack wiped it a while ago, but... We're not going to stack wipe it again. We're just going to slowly bleed them. Keep slowly just bleeding away. Okay. This army goes here. This army goes there. Did you take that yet? You have not taken that yet. Hopefully we can just keep them bottled up in Kent. That would be the most ideal. Just keep them in Kent, but I think they keep moving their boys around a little bit. All right. Taking that. Let's go sit on this. Let's go sit there. Why can I not see Kent? Such a strange situation. How many boys do we need here? 9 to start sieging. 9 to start sieging. And then they're going to come try to snipe. Can we just move all of our forces down? No, didn't think so. Oop, we've got... Somehow we've got naval supremacy, which would not have expected to have had that first. And the Portuguese have taken their capital back. So Portugal, please, for the love of all that is holy, please stop. Austria is also interested. Cool. All right, those lands have been taken. That's nice. Our allies are gonna, or our people are getting involved there. Our truce is done. We can jump up in tech. Would be nice if we didn't lose stability every 10 seconds. God damn it. Maybe they'll get on a boat. Doubtful. All right. We're going to be penalties and stuff, but I want you to connect with him. Make sure that you do that. Or not. That's fine, I guess. You can just lose that stack of men because my dudes don't want to take it. Stack wipe it. Please. Thank you. Okay. Their army is done for now. So now we can more leisurely siege the rest of their lands. Hopefully... yeah. So then they'll have to slowly feed in those troops. This is supposed to be the easy part. We can build a church. I can afford to do that. Select these guys, they go here. Select these guys, they go there. Okay, we got a siege break. That's nice. The war in Europe is not going well. To be honest, it's going poorly. The English have now joined the war in Europe, which is interesting. I don't know what the French are doing. Is it because they have all their forces down here? I don't know. But let's take a quick break. I'm gonna use the restroom. I'll be right back. I'll see you all in just a jiff. Okay. They're on medium. Portugal's on medium. Of course they want out. Maybe we'll send our navy out just to take a little taster. Gives us a small percentage. Europe is so strange. It's because all those troops are in Portugal. At this point, I'll just take the Warevs. And Portugal can go. There's no point in keeping them around. They're just here to have a vibe. Where is the French army? I'm just so confused by the French army. Where are you? They were all over here. I don't understand. How have you not brought the hammer down? Also, why is Paris not being sieged down or anything like that? There's part of the French army. It all doesn't make any sense to me, but... How soon until Austria wants out? 63. Ugh. We'll take the morale, or should we wait? We should probably wait. Take the tech later. Maybe we'll get the Burgundian inheritance. That'd be huge. I don't know if we can get it while we're in a war with them. Thought it was like specifically you had to be doing something else. Can't annex you for another 4 years. Danish have expanded their things. The Swedes have yet to get independence, which we could support, but probably not going to do that just yet. Sharp Dog, welcome in. How you doing? 42% chance to take it. If we don't take it right now, it'd be sad. Big sad. A general. I don't think we need that anymore. To be honest, we can probably start getting rid of some of our stuff. There we go. We did take it. It only took 364 some days. And our navy's crushing their navy. I'm not going to join the fight on the mainland because it's just not, doesn't make sense for us to do that. But we've now fully engulfed all of their lands. The only two people who are left, the Austrians, which I'm surprised the Austrians aren't going to cut bait soon because King is dollar sharing. Okay, that's fine. We are blessed. We got some money we can use to, do we have loans? We do have loans actually. Would this be crazy pants? Probably. Bohemia would give us a loan at 300. I'm not going to take that loan. So, 29% chance. Wonder if I do you have how big is the their navy's probably big. Can't just be sending it in there and having a good time. We'll do that. How can we get more influence with you? I think we're good there. I guess we can curry favor. Try to curry favor with our future friends. Currying. Can come back from you. All they need is like one solid Austrian army loss. Alberto, thank you for the rose. Thank you for the gift. Legitimacy or administrative? I'll take the legitimacy hit. Thank you again. Thank you for more gifts. We are really putting the hurt on poor England right now, but they deserve it. How much to repay the loan? 85. Needs. Where is? There they are. Okay. Just put like one army over here and just put a little bit of pressure on them. I think they would say uncle immediately. But I think the French are gonna do us dirty, grab this land, and peace out. Everybody's in high spirits, so they shouldn't. But, you know, anything can happen. Is their navy done and over with? No. I think they're just, where is their navy? The vast majority of their navy is right here. As soon as they take this, they're going to be screwed. There will be no harbor for them to hide in. So let's go back down here and help with this destruction of their fleet. Maybe we'll get a boat or two for ourselves. Oh, well, we didn't, but still love it. All right. Surprised they're not going to have rebels pop off just now. I think we can delete one of the mercs. Let's go ahead and delete this one. So, Austria, if we're being realistic, you can give up, right? There's no need to continue to fight this war. This war is gone. It's over. England is a sunk cost fallacy at this point. Let's look what a deal would look like. Oh, they do have troops left. Interesting. Probably should have not let them get back their troops, because now they're going to be all for it. Maybe they'll pick up their troops and land them somewhere. That would be fun for them to do that. Okay, they are landing them. Good. Let's not scare them off, because we want them to land. All right, and then we can go down and beat the shit out of them. Damn. Went all the way to Cornwall to try to retreat. Burgundian inheritance. They tell us that the event that Burgundians were possible options. They went with Scotland will defend us again. My king, we have formed a PU with Burgundy. They are a sworn sword. This completes the allegiance to us, allowing us to rule our nations as one. So now, this is huge. We now have a PU over them, which, what does that look like right now? What is our personal unions? They don't like it. So we have some time to gain back some of their trust and or the ability to be better with them. Burgundy becomes our junior partner. We are now considered a great power. France breaks their alliance with us immediately, which is to be expected. Now they'll probably break, now that they hate us, they'll probably break out of this as soon as possible. Let us go and use our trust gun on these guys. Favors, trade trust. We can't until then. These guys are still at large. Shit, I forgot. All right, now we have more skin in this game, so it might make sense to get out of this war quicker. Let's do that. Damn, that is not what I meant to do. Fuck. Well, they can't rebel against us until they have, until we're out of this war. And the French are stuck in this war too, so they might peace out sooner rather than later, but the AI is going to treat it as business as usual. What's the percentage of us integrating this or getting it by pure happenstance? Probably not likely. 0% chance to inherit. But at least we have them as a vassal. We can do a couple things to help us out. Let's get rid of that. Right now we do have liberty desired lower. Improving with them is going to be great. We could also use our trust that we have. That should lower their liberty desire, I think, right? I might be just making that up. Trust, no, trust does lower it a little bit. Our liege is malevolent. They're not going to be happy with us when we do this, but this is huge, though. At least we have the Burgundians under our thumb rather than the French. The hard thing now is to keep them under our thumb, especially because now the Austrians are probably not going to love us after this. Well, actually, no, they might not have a change in hatred. They might think of us more fondly than we want. Can we join the HRE? Probably not. Let's go and get this Navy to do that. Then we'll have that returned to us. Okay. Austria. You being serious? You don't want to be in this war anymore. 16 reasons. What can I get you to say yes? What can I make you have to happen to say yes? I'll give you parts of Burgundy. For this deal, Scotland will pay them 68 gold, and we will give them this one thing. Yeah, that's not gonna happen, sorry. If it was like, you will take money from us, and that's it, I'd be much more inclined. But... okay. They're not full annexed yet, but they're close to full annex. Once we take this last piece of land, it should be curtains. We do have to work on getting our vassal much more enthralled with us. Maybe we sell some titles to get some cash to then use to prop up our selves a little bit. Pay off. I think every soldier gives us what? A little bit more. We can also build a church here. Every soldier gives us like a percentage or less. Tough thing is they start out with 31 regiments. I can't really come to fight that. Unfortunately for us too, because they're not loyal. What can we do to make them loyal? Get 20 points. They'll bring them down by 2.6. That gets them close. The rest, I wonder if we can get a royal marriage now because they're disloyal. Should have been improving relations this whole time with them. Fuck. I didn't realize that we had such low relations with them. All right, how does that make them feel now? To be honest, they're getting closer. With them losing troops, that brings them more likely to want to fight. All right, Austria loves us, which is great. I love the fact that the Austrians are big fans of us. Because I'm going to use them, the Castilians, and the Burgundians to pincer, not even pincer, just be a dick towards these guys. I'm concerned that they're gonna want to just peace out and take this land, which is fine, they can do that, but just put pressure on their capital. If you put pressure on their capital, I think that would make them inclined to stop. This also means we need to start building a bigger fleet so that we can start moving troops to the mainland. I'm surprised the French are still willing to fight in this war. I assume as soon as they control more of this, they'll be ready. The Emperor demands the lowlands. Every province owned by Burgundy, either Dutch or Flanders culture, part of HRI will be released, or all Burgundy is ours. We're already at war with them, so can they start another war? Didn't think they could start another war, but I guess anything's possible. How long does that event take to come back? Maybe we'll just hold off on Austria going to the war, joining that war. All right, let's get everybody together. Burgundy is loyal, right? They are loyal, but we are hemorrhaging cash. That should change as soon as we core a lot of this and start. When can we annex you? We can annex them anytime. They'll take a white piece now. Okay. I hope they don't peace out before we can get this. All right. Royal marriage with Austria. They'll become our lawfully wedded friends after the war ends. All right, time to divvy this up. Let's go return cores to Northumbria. Northumbria gets all their lands back. Right? Yep, that's all back. We get that. Then we go like this. Right or no? What do we need for this second quest? Only that. And then for the next one, it's that. So we go like... How do you feel about that? Split the country in two. Twain it, as they say. Or do we go for more economically? Gives us the same amount, pretty much. Still splits it in 3 parts. Let's look at it from an estate percent. This one, west, yeah. Take a province and release Wales. Why is everybody trying to make me release Wales? I don't want to release Wales. I don't give a shit about Wales. I'm going to take it no matter what. Chat's like, no, Kevin, it's great. We have the Burgundian inheritance. Let's be honest here. It's less as though. It's less AE. Aggressive expansion doesn't matter at this point to us. Like... I keep saying that to y'all. You're not going to get it through your heads. The only people who can be mad at us are pretty much going to be our allies. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and do this. Okay, that's that. I just joined. My bad. No, Will, you're fine. It's why I appreciate the council. Should we just take the war ups too, just to add the to get that cash money? How long is this for now? 84? So long. What happens if we get rid of the money? Oh. We can't do that. Why did it just say like, oh yeah, you can have all the money if you do this? All right, no money. It's done in October. Sun money, it's done in January. So how much of this money do we actually see ourselves? 16, it's not really worth it. And there's nothing else we can return, right? No, I think that's what we do. The war reps helps offset the cost of helping Burgundy love us. Fuck you, France. Autogon, you want to get on the fuck you, France train? It's got a lot of people on it. The train could be leaving at the station anytime. Would be great. Okay. Maybe we shouldn't have taken admin tech when we did. Now we're sitting here with all this land. Fuck. Well, that's fine, I guess. Let's go and just have our dudes sit here. We can start annexing you once we get the thing. Oh, now they've announced us as rivals? That's good to know. Let's begin that annexation process here. Yeah. Let's annex you. Corruption all through the house. Can't core that. Which is fine, I guess. Then we'll have, at least we have CVs on this, so it's cheaper. Tad bit cheaper. Cool. Yeah, we're sitting nice. I wouldn't say pretty thus just yet, but we are sitting nicely. Especially now that we have Castile, Austria, Burgundy all as allies in the future fuck you France war that is inevitably coming. The wildest play that France could do right now is take on take England as an ally. That would actually blow my fucking mind. It's not gonna happen, but it would be fun. We're sitting in such a nice position. We are way over, I think, on our... No, actually, we're just right. So, unless I cock this up, which there's a possibility Kevin could fuck this up. But unless I do it good. Thank you for the follow, Will. Unless I cock this up, we're in a really good position to screw over the French. Because the French got 40 people, but we got 21 here, we got 23 here, we got 19 here, and I've got 23 of my own. So, like, though the French are powerful, they are not that powerful. I could also get some other guys involved. Castile, we have points with. We should curry favor with the Austrians. And then we should just... probably slowly start coring. When is this done? 75. Shit. Is there a way to get some quick points? Probably not. Not taking tech is probably how you get quick points, Kevin. Not taking tech. We're gonna have a little bit of unrest. And by a little bit, I mean a lot of it. It's gonna be a lot of unrest. No, let's wait. We're already behind on tech by a lot, so wouldn't make sense. Just have them cover the whole Isles. Just get out there and cover the island. Can you really do this? I guess, yeah, we have them on standby. Sure. Northumbria will pay us. How much are we hemorrhaging? Not that much hemorrhage, which is good. Maybe if we move our capital, our port capital soon, that might start making some more money because we own a lot more of the North Sea. Let's protect our English Sea, sorry. 0.7, we're in the positive, just barely. Supporting loyalty is causing us some distress. I don't know if we need to continue to do that. Let's see. Let's check in. Yes, we do, unfortunately, need to continue to do that. What do we want? We're gonna do aggressive expansion, or I think war costs coming down. is great. Brittany is friends with the French. The French are probably in desperate need of friends now. Knowing them, you know what the unholy thing they'll do? They'll probably befriend the Ottomans, and now the Ottomans will be homies as well. It will be nasty business. Truly nasty. Ooh. Wow. Upon Monarch's death, Brittany and Austria get that? Oh, wow. That would be my luck. Are you planning on to conquer or PU France? So for the achievement, I think it's just they need to be a vassal. I don't know if PU counts. Let's see. We can look at the thing, the achievement board. No, not played as a released vassal. France is a vassal of Scotland. I think, does vassalage count as PU too? If we could get a PU, that'd be huge, but I don't think we can. And I really hope they don't get... Austria getting succession on them would be terrible. Really terrible. Let's do this and that. It's going to be such a slow roll, but I think speed 5 for now. So all we have to do is just fight off incoming dickheads. Surprised that Genoa and Swiss, they're a republic as well. I need to find somebody else who can... Okay, they did. Shoo. My fears have been elated. Are you gonna go deal with that? No, you're not gonna deal with that. Why? Well, at least we got guys in the area. Damn. Ireland's popping off. I wonder if we... Probably not. I missed it. How did Northumbria come to be? Was that the first war as you had released them? Yes, we had to release them. We are looking pretty solid, especially because we have the Burgundian inheritance. We have Austria as an ally, who also has Hungary as a vassal. We have the Castilians, who I'm hoping for... Wouldn't that be so cute? The 3 little amigos on a date with all their little PUs. Just walking along, all next to them. When is the Iberia wedding happening? So that I can do that. Have a cute little... party with all my homies who all have PUs as well. Wouldn't that be fun? Fun little distraction for everybody. How long until this is done? 73. 3 more years. We're not gonna get any more points, right? No. We could get an alliance with Aragon. I don't know why we would, but we could. We're gonna wait on that. Because tech. Queen consort has died. Well, she was a cheating whore, so such strong language. Sorry, guys. But to be honest, she was cheating on us with our philosopher. I've never had characters cheat on me as much as this run. This run has had a decent amount of characters cheat on me. Okay, not until October. Do we still need... Let's see. Do we still need these 4 troops? Are we on like a knife's edge? We are not on a knife's edge. So we probably can stop this too. And then that fixes our money a little bit. I'll take the hit to legitimacy. Ah, that sucks. So we've cored land that cannot be cored any longer. Except... well, now, I guess. There we go. Cool. Alright. Fine. Is it our legitimacy that's affecting it now? Relative power, economics. Well, do you think these 4 troops can go fight this guy? It's a 2-star. The answer is no, they cannot. Wow, we just keep getting hit after hit to our legitimacy. I think on this occasion we have to take the administrative points. All right. Let's go ahead and summon a diet. Build a church. Will do. What time is it? 5 o'clock? Shit. Might be smart to stop for today and pick this back up tomorrow around the same time. Because this is going to be definitely 2 times. We're not going to get this done today. Because when can we start fighting you? Not until 2 years from now. Right now, Castile's all gung-ho. France is, or not France. Austria is not gung-ho. Wish we had one more diplomat. Chat, what do you think? Do we keep playing or do we go home? There is 42 of you on YouTube. Would love just a little bit of insight. If you could spare me the time. If not, totally understandable. Is there anybody else we could get? Muscov. Having a PU on Muscovite. Oh, wow. That sucks for Muscovy. They're stuck on a... They can't form Russia because Nevs has been taken. Poland would take an alliance. That's interesting. Albania is likely financial diplomatic problems and least the result agreed to sell out one of their provinces. Interesting. So there's knowledge sharing is over. Damn. France. 1 a.m. Should I sleep? Rat, you should go to sleep. And we can stop streaming now. Rat, do you think we should stop streaming? I think the answer is this is a good place, like a good stopping point. Because we're kind of in between a lull of wars. I wonder if I could make piss them off enough to hate the English or something like that. But all in all, this is a pretty successful session. It hasn't taken off the same way. Like, we didn't conquer as much land like we did last time. Like, I'll show you. By 1476 last time, we had much more land conquered, but I think France feels much weaker at this point. And, like, weak enough for us to, like, take advantage of. Like, there is not, I'm not, afraid that they will do so. I think, yeah, I think we would be smart to end it right here. I think it's a good place to end. We'll pick it up back up tomorrow afternoon for you all. Do the timeline thing. It's not good. It's too short. Oh. It's just us taking land, and pretty much we're the only ones gaining a lot of land. That's it. It doesn't demonstrate that we own Burgundy, but yeah, let's leave it right there. Thank you for everybody who's watched this stream. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, consider subscribing to our YouTube, following us on Twitch or TikTok. It would all be super helpful. We appreciate you. That's us all for all we have for you today. We'll be back on tomorrow, probably around, we'll see. We'll see in the evening, afternoon time, depending on how I'm feeling, or in the morning. Maybe we'll pop off and just do it in the morning. I don't know. Either way, I appreciate all you guys coming out and watching me dick around on the internet for a little while. Let's go see if there's anybody same category playing EU4 right now that you guys can go watch who speaks English. EU4 Norway achievement run. That sounds good. Let's start a raid for that guy. Yeah, like I said, thank you guys. We're gonna have a video out tomorrow in the morning. We'll have some shorts as well, so get excited for those. And that's all I have. I'll see you tomorrow. Ciao, guys.